Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tessie and this is my space. Yes, we are back and better. Guys, today's video is something that we all do, something that I personally was doing before a couple of years ago, and then I realized that I don't really need to do that. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing with you guys why you seek for people's validation. Let's go.
Just a throwback kid from the 90s. I start my ABCs with the YZ. I paint with different colors and never in the lines. There isn't any other. I am the prototype. TikTok, waste time.
Okay, before we start, I just like to put this out there, the only person that you need validation from should be you. You might be watching this video right now and you might be thinking, I don't seek for people's validation. Oh no, I don't care about what people say about me and all of that stuff. But you might be doing that and you might not even know it. Like a couple of years ago when I found out that I was actually an attention seeker, like I seek for people's validation every time, every minute, every day. I found out and I was like, no, I don't do this. I was opportune to talk to someone and the person was telling me all of the things I do that actually points at me seeking for validation from other people that I do not know. So yeah, I'm here today to tell you why you do that and how you can stop seeking for people's validation. Yes, that's what we're talking about. I'm gonna start with how to know if you are actually seeking for people's validation. The number one thing is when you find yourself over explaining things to your friends or to people around you, you are seeking for their validation. You're not sure of yourself. You're scared of their reactions. You're scared of what they might think about your opinion. You're scared of what they might think about your behavior. So you keep explaining. You want to explain everything you do, why you drop the cup. You explain why you moved your feet. You explain why you're wearing blue. You explain every single thing. Like when you over explain a lot of things to your friends or people around you, you are definitely seeking for their validation. So if you find yourself doing that, that is the number one sign of you seeking for other people's validation. The number two thing is when you ask for people's opinion before talking. Like, do you think it's okay for me to say this? Do you think it's okay for me to do that? You are asking for people's validation. This is even obvious. Like, you are not sure of yourself. You ask of other people's opinion. You ask what they think about what you have to say before you even say it. You are seeking for their validation. And you shouldn't do it. I'm telling you, you shouldn't ask or seek for people's validation. You do not need it. People will definitely have an opinion about your life. You cannot control what people think about you. The only thing you can do is do not give a about what people think about you. Number three thing is when you change or softens your opinion or your position on a situation just because other people do not agree with it. If you are the kind of person that you say something, but because people do not agree with it, you start trying to change your mind or trying to change the tone or trying to change what you said just because you feel like the people around you have a different opinion, to what you are saying. You are seeking for people's validation. You should say things because that's the way you feel. You should say things not because people around you agree with it, but because that's what you feel and that's what you want to say. If you find yourself doing that, changing your opinion, softening your position just because people or your friends do not like where you stand on a particular matter or issues, yeah, you are definitely seeking for their validation and you shouldn't do that. When you are scared of other people's disapproval or disagreement, you do not do a certain kind of things because you don't like the way your friends will react. You're seeking for their validation. Do not do that. Do not do it. When you are scared of people's reactions to your behavior, come on, it is your behavior. People who do not like you don't have to stay around you. The only people that you should care about that much should be your family. So you do not have to seek for other people's validation. Have some self-confidence, have some self-esteem. Like, seriously, people's opinion shouldn't matter to you, and I'll get to that. The final one on how to know if you are actually seeking for people's approval or validation is over apologizing. Like, if you apologize a lot, even when you are not at fault, you apologize. Even when you don't even know what is happening, you just apologize, apology, just because you don't want people to feel a certain kind of way about you, just because you want people to feel, oh, she's nice, she's always apologizing. Oh, no, do not do that. Do not do that. And I will give an instance. Like, if you go to a restaurant, right, and you order for some food and you are starving and your food gets to you and you discover that it's the wrong order, girl, you have the right to tell them to take it back. You have the right to complain. You have the right to, you know, express your anger. Do not apologize because you feel, how are they going to look at me? Like, they're going to feel I'm rude. They're going to feel I'm a bad person. No. You are seeking for people's validation. You do not need people's validation. Don't be nervous about what people think about you. And that will bring me to how to stop seeking for people's validation. So now, these are the signs of people seeking for other people's validation. Let's move to how to stop seeking for people's validation. First of all, catch yourself. When you find yourself thinking, oh my goodness, if I say this, my friends might not support me, or my friends might feel otherwise, catch yourself. Stop yourself right there. Your friends are not your opinion. You have your opinion. Like they say, opinions are like assholes. Like, everybody's entitled to theirs. You have yours, I have mine. I'm entitled to what comes out of my mouth, and I own up to it. But when you're seeking for people's validation, you think about what to say first before you say it. You ask them if what you're about to say is good enough. Don't do that. Catch yourself. Do not. And say to yourself, I, Tessie, I, blah, blah, put your name. I do not need my friends to validate my statement. I do not need my friends to agree to my opinion. You don't have to always wait for your friends to, you know, agree on a certain thing before you say it. The number 2 thing is figure out why you do it. Figure out why people's opinion matters to you so much. Figure out why people's validation are so important to you. When you figure it out, and I'm telling you, I'm not just saying you sit down and think, okay, why does this happen? No, most times it starts from childhood. Maybe you came from a broken home. Maybe you were bullied in school. Maybe, you know, stuffs like that. So sit down and figure it out. Why do I feel like people has to accept me for me to be better, or people has to accept me for me to know that I'm good enough, you know? So when you figure it out, you tell yourself, your name, accept myself 100%. I'm okay, and I'm the most wonderful person to me. And because I love myself, I do not need anybody's validation. So you tell yourself that every day, and I tell you, you will stop seeking for people's validation. Another thing is to believe in yourself. Have some self-esteem. Have some self-worth. What you think is good enough. Tell yourself that. So love yourself, believe yourself, have some self-esteem, and tell yourself that you do not need people to validate whatever you have to say before you say it. Lastly, you have to be aware that you are doing that. Search yourself. You need to be aware of yourself at that point you're doing it. So let's say you are in the midst of people at a restaurant and you want to, you know, order some food, and someone says, oh, I want some chips, and you say, I want burger, and the person says, oh, burger, it makes people fat. You shouldn't change your order because the person says it makes people fat. You're gonna get fat if you take a burger. No, that's what you want. Catch yourself at that point and tell yourself, I am having burger because I want to have burger, not because someone else says so, not because someone says don't have it, I don't want to have it. No, do it because you want to do it. Let's take myself for example. So I got this orangey hair, and the first time I got the hair to the house, my husband says, oh my goodness, this hair is so orange, like how can you wear something so bright outside? And I said to him, but I like it though, but I haven't seen you with a loud hair before. And I said, oh, there's a first time for everything. Well, that's it. The first time I wore the orange hair to church, yes, you heard me right, to church, a lot of people called me aside and said, oh, your hair is so bright. Oh, your hair is so loud. Oh, you look like a runs girl. And I said to them individually, I love it though. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for your opinion, but I do love it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Thank you, but keep your opinion to yourself, because I am the one wearing the hair. I am the one who loves it. So I don't need you to love it for me, because you are not the one wearing the hair. I am the one wearing the hair. So let's take my eyeshadow for example. Like, I did this dramatic look today and I went out. And a friend said, oh my God, Tessie, when did you start looking this loud? And I'm like, loud how? He said, oh, your eyeshadow is too loud. Your hair is too loud. And I said, so what's your point? And she says, no reason, because I know even if I said it, you won't even take it. Like, okay, yeah, that's it. I don't need people's validation. She already knows. She knows even if she tells me, I'm not going to take it serious. My opinion matters to me. My validation is the most important thing to me in this world. So keep yours to yourself. Why are you telling me? I'm not even asking you. I didn't ask you, how do I look? No, I didn't tell you that. I just came out and you said I look loud. So she knows that I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care how you look at me. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. Your validation doesn't matter to me, because I know myself and I love myself and I accept myself 100%. That is what you should be doing. Don't do things because people said so. Don't take your pictures down from Instagram because you feel the picture has less likes than other pictures. You posted a picture because you love the picture. Why take it down just because people are not validating the picture? You know what I mean? So yeah, you should always figure out when you're doing it, stop yourself and make sure that people's opinion doesn't matter in your life. And think about it. Why does it matter to you? Who are they? Why? Why does it matter to you? They're not important. The only person that you need validation from should be yourself. If you love it, then it's good. You don't need anybody to tell you how good it is. And stop asking people. That's another thing. Stop asking people, how do I look? Does my bum look okay? Does my breast look okay? Does my nails look good? Does my no. You are asking them. So when they tell you it doesn't look okay, you get hot, you get angry. You are asking for their validation. If you don't ask them and they tell you, you don't need it. Yeah. If you don't ask them and they tell you it doesn't look good, you're like, but I love it. So just stick with what you love. Stick with whatever you want to do, and don't let people change your opinion about anything. Political parties, for example, if you feel a certain kind of party is better than the other one, and you have your reasons, you give your reasons, and your friends are like, oh, why do you think so though? People who do that are this, are that, are that. Don't change your opinion. Yeah, that's your opinion. That's what you want to say. Say it, mean it, and let it go. And again, do not ask people how you look, because they are definitely going to give you their opinion and you might not like it. I do not ask you how my eyeshadow looks, so when you tell me it looks loud, it's none of my business, because I didn't ask you. Who asked you? I love it. I love it. Who asked you? Don't tell me it looks loud, because I am the one wearing it and I love it. Lastly, stop comparing yourself to other people. This is the most important thing. You ask for people's validation. You seek for people's validation because you compare yourself to them. You feel they're a certain kind of height that you are not. You feel they are better than you. That's why you're asking for their validation. That's why you seek for their validation. Or if this person this big, if this person this pretty can tell me my hair looks good, then it looks good. If this rich person can tell me I'm doing well in life, then I'm doing well in life. No, you don't need their validation. And I tell you, when you compare yourself to people, most of the time, in fact, not most of the time, all of the time, you lose. You, not them, you lose. anytime you compare yourself, you are a loser. So stop comparing yourself to people. And if you find yourself comparing yourself like, oh, Tessa is better than me, oh, Tessa's Instagram is better than mine, oh, Tessa's this is that, stop yourself and say to yourself, I am my own competition. No one else, but I am my own competition. Just strive to get better, not thinking about what other people, think about you. Again, every morning, tell yourself, what other people think about me is none of my business. I love myself, and that's what matters. All right, guys, so yeah, that is what I have to say for today. Please, 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 if you are seeking for people's validation, stop yourself. Finally, guys, the need for acceptance or other people's approval will make you invisible, and I'm serious. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and don't forget to click the subscribe button. Also, give this video a thumbs up, and when you subscribe, ring the bell so when I post a video, you will be the first to know. Bye, guys.